from being a teacher, what do you like doing when you're free?
Well, I love doing a lot of things, Rhoda. Like, say, writing. I write a lot of articles. When I'm free, that's all I do actually. I put my emotions into writing. I just write them down, whether they are good emotions or, crazy ones. So that's what I do. I have quite a number of articles. I also like reading, because you can't write if you don't have the experience of what other writers have done.
Sure.
Yes, so I read a lot. That will tell you I have a lot of information on a lot of things. And yeah, I always tell people that you need to know a little about a lot instead of knowing a lot about a little, Yes. I also love cooking. When I'm home, I'm bored. I think I just could turn on my music, because that's part of the things I also like. Listen to music and cook at the same time. And sometimes I also play music instruments, because apparently the world out here think that all blind people are musicians, but not all of us. Only that, yes, I think we have for some reason, we have good voices. We love singing, because like I told you, when you close your eyes, you can do wonderful things. So singing could be one of them, and preaching. I also love to motivate people, just without being paid. I could say this week I'm going to a prison or a hospital or a school for the blind or those on wheelchairs, and just motivate them, Yes, so I'm kind of preacher too, yes.
Wow.
So those are the things I love to do. And also I love to make phone calls. That sounds crazy, but it's because I'm a social person. So staying in a quiet place for a long time sounds more crazy than quarantine. So I make calls and talk to people, check up on them. Yes, that's it.
Wow. And I also learned that you have mastered so many languages. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yes, I have this interest for languages, because while I was growing up, I always wanted to work with the UN. And I knew that one of the qualifications was to be really vast in your, language proficiency. So yes, I speak quite a number of languages. I would say maybe 7 international languages. And remember, Swahili is also an international language too.
Sure.
So yes, I speak Swahili, I speak English, I speak fluent French and Spanish and Portuguese, and a bit of Mandarin right now, and also learning Italiano. Because these languages, they match, they kind of marry each other, especially the Latin American languages. They really, they match, they kind of relate, So once you know Spanish, you can hear what Portuguese is saying. Once you know French, you can hear Spanish and understand. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's it.
Wow. So do you still have the dream of wanting to work with the UN?
Definitely, yes. Because, I'm one person who loves to travel. And UN people, like we know it, they love sending their people to different places.
Yeah, sure.
So I would really want to work with them and be put maybe as a language interpreter, moving up and down, talking to different people who maybe don't understand other languages that I do understand, so I can interpret for them and also write down what they are saying or translate scripts into different languages. Yes.
Wow.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that's really great. I really deeply believe in sharing our dreams, because that's the only way we can be able to meet our destiny connectors. So if you're out there and you're able to link up Mandela to the United Nations, please do so. I believe that he will be such a great asset to the United Nations. So I actually had the privilege of reading one of his articles that is entitled "The Day She Fed Me in Public," and I can say that he's such a painter of words. So we will leave a link in the description down below where you can be able to access some of the articles that he has written. You can agree with me that this has been such an enlightening talk. So as we wind up, What do you want the world to know about blind people?
Wow, that's a pretty awesome question, brother, even as we wrap up this talk. Well, I would answer this question in a very brief statement. And I'd say that blind people are just people. They are human beings too, different to what the world has been viewing us to be like, a different society. In fact, at one point we were discussing in a forum for the blind, and we were saying that being blind has become like another tribe in Kenya, because we are being treated differently, like the 43rd or 44th tribe. I don't know. Yeah, so it's crazy, and I think the world and everyone else out there should know that a blind man has the brains, has his hands, has all the senses right, has the ability to do everything like everyone else. I can do literally everything except nothing.
Wow.
So yeah, and finally what I would want the world to know is that don't look at, when you see a blind person, don't see the blindness first, like I previously mentioned. See the person first, because we are really, really, really sharp-minded, and we're not stupid, we're really okay. So don't be afraid being friends to a blind person. Don't be afraid getting married to a blind person. Don't be afraid working with a blind person. In fact, when we get to a place, for example, when I came to the center to work with you, and the director welcomed me very, very well, I was really excited and happy, because he didn't look at my blindness first. He was, the first time we met, I remember, was at the gate. He asked me, "Oh, do you need some help?" Because I think he knew that blind people, some of them would say, "No, just walk, I'll follow you." But he asked me, "Should I help you?" I said yes, because this was a new place. But now after 3 days, he's like, "Oh, Mandela, you're something else. Now you can walk alone here." So yes, we need people who are able to embrace everyone, irrespective of their background and their differences, maybe their disabilities and all that. And people always say that we are differently able. That able differently. Well, yeah, it's true, we are differently able. But are you not also differently able? You who can see.
Sure.
Yeah, so all of us are differently able. Only that we have different talents or different abilities. And when we bring them together, they make up something really wonderful. So what I would like this whole world to know is this: whenever you meet a blind person, just never think that you are special because you are blind. Maybe you can say we are blind because we are special, because God created us special.
What an awesome way of ending this conversation. So we have been creating conversations that are meant to change the way we think and look at things. And I hope this has changed how you look at blind people. And the next time you meet a disabled person, you'll be able to look at them with different eyes.